Hi, Mark T. the Handyman here. Today we're going to assemble this Bluey ATV vehicle. These are the parts that come with the Bluey ATV kit. The kit includes washers, lock nuts, small screws, a small screw with a lock nut on it, 4 wheel covers, a Phillips head screwdriver, a box end wrench, and 2 sockets with handles. I have also included a cordless drill with a Phillips head bit and a Phillips head screwdriver of my own. One thing that I always recommend before you get started with the assembly is to set up the parts in the order of the assembly. This is the first part that we will be putting on the ATV, and then the second, and then the third, and all the way through the cycle until you get to the last piece. It just makes things a little easier. The first thing in the instructions is to install the exhaust pipes, which are attached with these tiny screws. 1 screw for each piece. They do provide a screwdriver, but I'm going to use my cordless drill and be careful not to strip the screw into the plastic, although the plastic is pretty durable. Having said that, make sure you do not over-tighten the screws so as not to strip the plastic. Next on our assembly process is the installation of the rear fenders. The fenders kind of snap into place on the top, but the screws are on the bottom. So we are going to tip the ATV over, snap these in place, and then attach these 5 screws. After you get the first screw in, that screw will hold the fender in place, and it will allow you to screw the next 4 screws in a little easier. On this particular screw, I cannot get my cordless drill in, so we are going to use the Phillips head screwdriver that has been provided with the kit. Now we do the same thing to the other fender. Okay, that's good. Now it's time for the front fenders. The installation is similar to the rear fenders. They kind of snap in, and then you attach the fenders with 4 screws. Now we will be installing the front bumper. The front bumper has 4 screws, 2 screws on the bottom, and then 2 screws in the front. What you need to do is align the screws to the 4 holes and screw them in. Our next task is to put the 2 front tires on. To do this, we will turn the ATV over so that we can access the front axle. First, we need to remove the screw zip tie that held the axle together during shipping. Next, we will need to align the axle to the steering wheel mechanism. Now we are going to attach this small little screw and lock nut that is provided in the kit. What this screw does is lock the axle to the steering mechanism. To do that, we are going to use the box end wrench that has been provided with the kit. But the screwdriver they provided is less than adequate on these little screws, so I'm going to be using my personal Phillips head screwdriver. The screw and the locking nut have a stopping point so as to keep the front axle loose to allow the steering mechanism to move freely. So now it's time to put our front tires on. First, we will put on a washer, and then we are going to slide the tire on, and then another washer, and last we are going to install another locking nut. Now we are going to tighten the locking nut with the socket that has the handle on it, provided in the assembly kit. Also provided in the kit are the 4 caps for the 4 tires after they are assembled. Now we will install the other front tire the same way we did the first tire. Okay, that was easy. So now it's time to install the rear axle. The rear axle slides through the 2 holes provided. after you slide the rear axle on, you will need to push the rear motor over the axle, and then the rest of the motor will go through the hole that is provided on the ATV. Once you get the motor in place, you will put the rear tire on. But if you notice, we do not put the washer on first. We put the tire on first, and then the washer, and then the locking nut. Once we get the locking nut in place, we will tighten it, just enough to get it on, and then we are going to install the other tire using the same procedure that we just performed. Same as the other tire, we are going to slide the motor on the axle and then push the motor into the hole on the ATV. And now we are going to put the tire on, and if you notice, the tire has a gear and so does the motor. The gear on the motor and on the tire are what drives both wheels. Once again, we don't put a washer on this side of the tire. We only put the washer on the outside of the wheel along with the locking nut. Now we are going to take both the sockets with the handles and tighten up on both the locking nuts and the rear tires until you get them nice and tight. Now, to complete the tire installation, we put the wheel covers on. Next, it's time to install the steering wheel. The steering wheel comes with a bolt and a locking nut already installed. So you need to unscrew that screw to remove it from the steering wheel. Attach the steering wheel on the steering mechanism and then line up the steering wheel with the hole on the steering mechanism and put the bolt through the steering wheel and the steering mechanism. Now tighten up the nut and bolt. The nut and bolt only go in one way, so be careful to put them in the proper way. There we go, perfect. The final component that we need to install on the Bluey ATV is the surfboard mounting bracket. The bracket has 2 screws in it. What you need to do is align the screws up with the 2 holes and just put the screws in the ATV front end. Now we can clip the surfboard onto the surfboard holder. If you haven't noticed, the surfboard is actually a storage compartment that opens up and then snaps onto the surfboard clamp. The last thing we need to do now is to remove the seat cover and connect the wire harness from the rear wheel motor to the battery. It's pretty simple. Just plug in the 2 ends of the wire harness. They only go in one way. The battery comes with a slight charge, but not enough to run the unit. So you will need to charge the unit a minimum of 10 hours before anyone will be able to ride the Bluey ATV. To charge the battery, you need to just plug the battery charger into the ATV and then plug the other side of the charger into the wall. Like I said, it is a 10-hour charge the first time you charge the battery.
If you like this video, give me a thumbs up or a like. If you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And don't forget to comment. I sure would like to hear from you. Thanks for watching.